All right, fine, folks. Let me lower this. Listen to little WFAN Sports Radio 66. All right, so about that time of the year, right now, I usually do oil changes twice a year. Usually do them end of September, all right, then late April, early May. I do a lot more driving from April, okay, until the end of September than I do from October, okay. So twice a year I like to do them, no matter what, okay. Mileage, you know, obviously I use full synthetic, so it doesn't really matter too much. And I can't zoom out on this, so I'm probably gonna get out of this once I showing you the oil change. Now I got to do a couple things. I got to rotate the tires, oil change, and we got to add some air to these tires. It's getting chilly, lost some air. But out of all the years I've owned cars, I don't think I've ever done a easier, faster oil change than what is on these Mitsubishis. All right, now I don't know if it's the same with all the other makes and models, but the Mitsubishi Outlander Sport, you don't even have to jack this car up. All right, now I believe Nissan bought a significant stake into Mitsubishi a couple years ago. I don't think this car's platform is based on that, because I can tell you, Nissan's oil changes are a pain in the neck. You got to remove, you know, take the wheel off to get to the oil filter on the Rogue. With the Ultimas I've had, you had to take a, you know, that plastic flap off by the wheel. It's just a pain. This car, again, I'm not even going to use a jack. What I'm probably going to do is just get two 2x4s. Now I don't need to raise this car at all, but for me to kind of show you and be able to get under there, I am going to probably just drive on two 2x4s, give it a little bit extra height, because my whole point is I want to show you don't even need a jack doing an oil change. It's amazing. All right, so we got what we need here. All right, we got the Mobil 1. I've switched, like I told you. I used to use Mobil 1 synthetic. I still use their oil filters. I think they're well priced, really well, up to 20,000 miles. I've switched to the Ultra Platinum full synthetic. All right, I like that a lot. We got the radio, DeWalt radio with the DeWalt cart, probably the best 79 bucks you can probably spend, with our grip magnetic tool cart here. Little, and this bends down. You saw the whole video on this. Again, nice little tray, magnetic tray. Don't need much, guys. I got a 14 millimeter. I believe this car is a 14 millimeter. It is a Japanese car. All right, we usually use this. Now again, when I take the oil plug off, I have to crank, whether with this brushed Milwaukee ratchet or the brushless. Now they're only supposed to be torqued at around 30 foot-pounds, but I can tell you this ain't doing no 30 foot-pounds, because I can never remove it with this. But we're going to use a new tool I think we're going to have some fun with. All right, and we'll go more over that tool probably in a different video, but just a quick video. Got to add some air in the tires. We're going to use the DeWalt to inflate. And we got the new 12 volt, 20 volt job site DeWalt Bluetooth radio here. Okay. All right, so enough with the chit chat. Let's get this show on the road. All right, folks, I'm going to show you how super easy, and again, out of all the cars I've owned, probably besides my 1988 Nissan Sentra, and this is easier than that to do the oil change on, but just easy to get to, you know, oil plug and filter on a car. And what made this one, makes this easier than my 88 Sentra, is you don't even have to jack this car up. All right, now like I said, want to use the jack, probably would definitely make it easier. I'm just want to show you that you don't even need a jack. So I just put it up on a couple 2x4s. All right, just to show you. Now again, if I wasn't filming this, I wouldn't have this even on two 2x4s, but it gives me a little bit easier clearance so I can show you. All right, so right where your front license plate starts, okay, around a foot back from that, that's where your oil filter is. See her? Hovering like an angel. All right, that's it. So obviously if this wasn't jacked up 2 inches, you know, would not have any issues getting to this oil filter. All right, same thing on that side. All right, now obviously if you never did an oil change on your own, make sure you let the car run for a little while. You want that oil to be warm. All right, so it drains a lot quicker, faster, and easier. All right, so you let the car run 5 minutes or so, or you're just getting done running an errand, you know, you're pretty much ready to do your oil change. All right, first thing you want to do to help get that oil out a little bit quicker, excuse me, is pull your dipstick. We all know Mr. Dipstick. Okay, take Mr. Dipstick, put her down. Don't worry, we'll clean this up later. All right, now she's ready to rock. All right, we know where the oil filter is. Now I'm going to show you where the drain plug is. Okay, now you do have around 8.5 inches of ground clearance with the Outlander, if you have the 18-inch wheels, of course. So going 2 inches definitely helps, but you can pretty much get under here without that. All right, now the oil plug, if you can gander, all right, if you can gander her, it's right, I gotta get this camera set up a little bit better than this. Mr. Brushed Ratchet. Okay, so like I said, we gotta do something new. We got the new 1/2 inch M12 fuel brushless right angle impact wrench. So no more cranking on my little M12 Ratchet. I don't know where she is right now. But now all I got to do is hit a trigger. And with 220 foot-pounds and that auto mode, so it can get it on there, all right, without over tightening. Remember, your drain plug should only be around 30 to 35 foot-pounds. Should only be torqued at. A lot of, you know, auto mechanics, a lot of dealerships torque the crap out of those plugs, and they end up stripping. All right, so you are going to need a 17 millimeter. I might have said 14. That's because of my old Nissans had a 14. I figured this would have a 14, and I'm very surprised that it has such a big drain plug for a, you know, little SUV here. All right, there we go. That's a new anvil right there. All right, so I just need my 17. All right, and hopefully I'll be able to show this to you where you can see it. All right, but really excited for the right angle impact wrench. Let's get this sucker off. All right, hopefully you can see this. I don't have anyone helping me, so I'm just laying the camera down We might have to go to mode 2. I got it really, really easily. Hope you saw that. Right in there. All right, so definitely a cool tool, man. A lot of power. That was on mode 1 too. All right. So you're gonna let that drain. Oh, that's a beast, baby. All right, so let all of your oil drain. Usually takes, oh, that one out, that came out really quick because I did have it hot. But that's gonna take probably around 10-15 minutes. All right, then I'll show you what you do next, but obviously you're gonna take your oil filter out next. All right, you're gonna put your drain plug back in, put your new oil filter on, and just add your oil, and you're good to go. All right, we'll let this drain. We'll be right back. And again, you don't even have to jack this sucker up. Super simple. All right, so now we're gonna move over to taking off the oil filter, which is right here. I'm gonna try to do this. Now I put this on myself, so I know it's only on there hand tight, so it should be very easy to come off. Is it still able to catch? Yes. Yes. Actually, what I'm gonna do here, all right. So make sure your oil pan is underneath your oil filter here. All right, or you will get oil everywhere, as you know, most of you. All right, yeah, it rubs right off. Let me move this a little bit this way. Okay. You can just throw to your filter. It does make a mess, as you can see. But that's about it, folks. All right, wait for the next step. All right, folks, so you're pretty much halfway there. Pretty much done. All right, now you're gonna get your oil filter. All right, make sure it's the right one. Okay. You're gonna lube up that gasket. Just dip your finger in the oil there. You're gonna get a little bit. And just put it on there like so. You don't gotta go crazy. Alright. But you do wanna oil your gasket. Oh, hopefully you saw that. The camera was over that way. I need a cameraman. Alright. So now you're gonna put your filter on. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, right there. Okay, hand tight, guys. Nothing too crazy. All right. You might want to get your oil filter pliers and give it one little squeeze. But that's about it right there. All right. Now, you want to put your drain plug back in, and then you want to add the oil. All right, we'll be right back. We're just going to use, and I recommend using a ratchet because you don't want to over torque. Now, obviously, the right angle has an auto mode, all right, which will help that from happening. But we're going to use the ratchet here just because it's easier, and I have them both out. If I didn't have them both out, I would probably take my luck with all right, folks, so that's really it. Now, all you gotta do is add your oil, and you're done. And don't forget to check Mr. Dipstick. All right, now, the Mitsubishi Outlander takes 4.5, okay? 4.5 quarts, all right? So, all my other cars took just around 5 exactly, all right? So, you should have a little bit left over, and you know, always better to put too little than too much, right? Because then you're gonna have a whole bunch of problems. You're gonna have to take your, you know, drain plug back out and try to drain some of it. Trust me, go slow. Better too little than too much. Kind of like overcooking a turkey. You'd rather undercook it than overcook it. So once it's overcooked, you can stick a fork in it. It's done. All right. Now, I made a little contraption. You guys have probably seen this on my other videos. I'm sorry, this is zoomed in again. All right. So really, just get any type of Gatorade bottle. It don't have to be Gatorade. It could really be anything. But make sure it has a flat. I really got to get some type of camera set up here. I apologize. Can you see that? Just make sure you have a flat rim, all right? So it kind of fits in there, all right? And then what I do is then I put my funnel in. I can do this so quick because I don't have to worry about any of it, you know, overfilling. Just a little extra so you don't get oil all over the place, but obviously you don't need to do this. But I made this like a couple years ago, and it works like a charm in every car that I do oil changes in, so I kind of just do it this way. All right, so again, 4.5 done. All right, so you put your 4.5 quarts in. Remember, 4.5. You don't want to put more than that. You'd rather put a little bit less, then go to your dipstick. All right, even though you have a nice labeling chart on your Ultra Platinum Full Synthetic, race trusted, made from natural gas. All right, you always want to, you know, put around 4 4 1/4 in, then you want to start checking. All right, as you can see right there, 4.5. So this is a 5-quart jug. There's still 0.5 quarts left. That equals 4.5. All right, so now you want to check Mr. Dipstick. All right, I'll try to do this with one hand here. I need a cameraman. I'm hiring. I give vacation and medical benefits. Okay, so now you want to make sure they're right in between those 2 dots, and it's perfection. If you could see that, but there's a nice sun glare. How about there? There you go. All right, and if you need to add some, you can always add it. Again, you'd rather put in less than more. Less equals more. All right. All right, so that's really it, folks. You want to put your oil cap back on, and that's it, guys. Again, with this car, guys, obviously I had a film here. It still took me probably 40 minutes, but it takes me around 15 to 20 minutes to do this, and most of that time is waiting for the oil to drain. All right, remember, from the front of my car, all right, right by the license plate, the front part of my license plate, 12 inches behind that's the oil filter, 10 inches behind that is your drain plug, and that's it, guys. You don't even have to jack this up, as I shown. Again, I put 2 pieces of 2x4 just so I can kind of get under there, you know, a little bit more, so I can kind of film it. Even though I apologize, guys, with some of the filming, it's really, really hard to do when you're on your own underneath the car, you know, trying to get the shots. But I think you got most of them. And obviously it's removing a bolt for your drain plug, right? Let all your oil come out, take your oil, unscrew your oil filter. And once you do it the first time, guys, every time it's going to be simple. The first oil change on this car was a pain in the neck, and it's like that on every car, because the oil filter is on there so tight that you're pretty much almost destroying the oil filter just to get it off. And the drain plug is probably torqued at 100 foot-pounds. So once you do it and you set it right, every time after that, you can just take off the oil filter with your hand. You can take the drain plug off, you know, 2 twists, you're ready to rock. But a very, very easy car to work on. And guys, I've really, besides paying a little bit more for this car than I probably should have, and again, the dealership was the biggest nightmare I ever had buying a car. Route 46 Mitsubishi, there's your shout out. But besides that, this car has been awesome. Very easy to work on. Again, there is just so much room underneath this hood, that, you know, if you do have to get at something, which I'm going to show in another video. I'm also going to grease these terminals up. You'll probably see that in another video. All right, we just did the tire rotation, which you'll see. I'm at 10,000 miles. Probably my next oil change, I'm going to change the air filter. All right, you know, normal car maintenance here. But that's it, folks. Everybody have a good rest of your day. God bless you.